I'm here with Mrs. Baxter. Mrs. Baxter, as we see, the January 30th is the deadline for the Dos Republicas co-partnership hearing in Austin fast approaching. Is there any information that you would like to give out to the public on such matter and what it will mean if that permit is granted?
Yes, sir. We're very concerned about our county. This is where I was born, and this is where I plan to live my life out, and we have our home. Like many of the residents here in Eagle Pass, we've invested a lifetime of earnings into our properties, and we want to have health for ourselves and for our children and for the elderly and everybody in Eagle Pass, and this is going to have a very, very huge impact on that health. And I believe on the business prosperity of this town, because we have our life in this town is mainly commerce from Mexico and other towns that come here to the businesses. And if we bring in a mine, a coal mine of the magnitude that they are proposing, that they're asking a permit for, that's going to last for 18 to 20 years, and it's going to cover the area that it's going to cover, it's not going to attract any type of clean business to Eagle Pass. It's going to slowly make this town dry up and die, because people who want to come and open businesses here are not going to want to bring their families and have their children go to school, where a train car that's going to have 100 to 150 cars of train of coal going through it with coal dust and silica flying into the air. Silica, crystalline silica, is very, very disease promoting. It goes into your lungs, and once it's in there, it starts with allergies and asthma, and it can go on to COPD, and it can go to cancer. And this is going to be on a daily basis. Plus, in their permit, they are going to have to dynamite in the mine to get rocks out of the way, and those explosions are going to be causing existing old tunnels from 3 mines of 100 years ago that are abandoned but never filled up, and they cover the area of Seco Mine, Siesta Acres, Deer Run, Thompson Road, Hopedale, and all of those houses and all of the buildings and all of the land. Those tunnels are going to amplify those explosions, and they're going to cause the foundations to crack and fracture. And I am going to guarantee you that the Dos Republicas, the coal mine owners, whoever it's going to be, they are not going to pay for the repair of your homes and for the fixing of the properties or the death of the animals or whatever is going to be coming from that type of pollution and destruction by the explosions. Then they're going to have their waste water, which they have retention ponds that are supposed to hold them. But you know how we have hurricanes that come and go and huge storms that hit once in a while here. Those retention ponds flood over. They will go directly into the Elm Creek and then into the Rio Grande, up from where we have our water intake for drinking water for the cities of Eagle Pass and Piedras Negras, and all the way down the Rio Grande, polluting the rest of the border on both sides. To me, the lure and the promise of jobs for this town and the promotion of future businesses based on a coal mine is very destructive. I think that whoever thinks of working at that mine, even with protective gear, they're going to go home with coal dust on their clothes. They're taking it home to their children, to their wives, to their loved ones, and they're going to be breathing it. And over the years, it's going to have an effect on their health and their bodies, and you are going to see such horrible deaths and suffering from this. And insurances are not going to be able to cover the cost of all that health, and the pain that's going to come from it is not worth some jobs in Eagle Pass and making people from Mexico and China possibly and other countries getting rich out of the suffering of Eagle Pass and the destruction of our economy by scaring good businesses, good clean businesses from coming into Eagle Pass.